Hey guys, welcome back to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast, where we help W-2 employees who want to leave their job in the next 12 months, earn $1 million per year, drive their dream car, pursue their passions, and take control of their life. You're going to learn from people who have replaced their W income by wholesaling real estate, a way to earn big checks by finding discounted real estate and passing it off to an investor who can make you a $25,000 finder's fee. We're going to give you 2 weekly episodes and an expert-led masterclass. And my name is David Lecco. I created a process for finding off-market deals. It's helped people close 10,000 deals in all 50 states, which turned into the software platform DealMachine. My guest today is Okenno, who's going to tell us how he made $25,000 on his very first deal and has gone on to do real estate investing full-time.
The DealMachine REI Podcast. Everything you need to know to get started in real estate investing.
Okenno, how are you?
How you doing? I'm great, man.
I'm pretty jazzed up because nobody makes $25,000 on their first deal. You know, typically it might be like $5,000 or $10,000. So how'd you pull this one off?
So yeah, my first wholesale deal, just to be clear, everyone, my first wholesale deal I made was $25,000. I did it with my friend of mine. So I met is a friend I met to real estate. I think I met him through Facebook, but he's in my local market. He had a deal. I had a buyer, and we just paired the two together. Well, I had something else too. He had a deal, I had the buyer, and he used my title company. So
let's break it down for somebody that's like not done this before. So every city has a meetup. You could find it by Googling real estate investing meetup your city, right?
Yeah.
And you show up, it's typically free, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like maybe an hour, they give you a presentation, and then you can meet people there.
Yeah. So we went to the RIA group. So this is what I did.
You guys got hit a deal. Okay.
All I did was I went to a RIA group, found out somebody that was buying in the area. I already knew he was buying the big timer. And I had somebody else that's also in the area. He found a deal. So how I got into the deal was, it was a probate deal. So he used, I found an attorney. That's how I became a part of the deal. He used my attorney company to close the transaction, and as soon as the transaction was closed, I brought my buyer in, which I found at a RIA. So he could have gone to the RIA himself.
You're saying you have a transaction company?
No, not my company. I have a company that I use. So he wanted a company, so I recommend.
So you've bought a house before and you closed at a title company.
Correct, and I
bought both of these people at the same RIA.
Not the same RIA. No, not the same RIA. I met the title company, I don't remember how I met them exactly, but I met the investor at the RIA meeting.
Gotcha. So when he said he had a deal, can you walk us through, do you remember how he found that deal?
He found it driving for dollars.
What does that mean?
He drive around and he saw, so this was a nice neighborhood. This was the ugliest looking house in the neighborhood. So he found a deal, and it was just sitting there rotting away. He was like, what can I do with this house? No, the magic to the house was, it was a house with another house behind it. So that was his.
So he's driving around, he saw an ugly house, and he looked up who owned the property. And what did he do? Send a letter? Did he call him? Or how did he get in touch with the owner?
So this the interesting part. He found a house. He sent letters, because he sent letters. His name is Ishmael, by the way. Shout out Ishmael. Thank you, my brother.
Shout out Ishmael.
Yeah. So he found a house. He sent a letter. I think he also cold called. The issue is the people that owned the house died. He had to find the heirs.
How did he do that?
This dude's a beast, man. He went and first he got the probate, see the list of whoever the heirs is. I don't know the exact technical term, the process that he did, but he contacted the heirs. It was probably 5 or 6 people. He had to get on the same page. So that was not easy, but he got it done. He contacted every single one of them and have them to sign off and the right to sell or whatever that fancy stuff is that they do.
Just to fill in the gaps here, if you skip trace in DealMachine, which is a word for just getting a phone number, you can actually see who the relatives of the owner are. So that could be how you could find out relatives. So yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so he found out, do you have the next of kin, right? That's what they call it.
Correct. Next of kin means that they're
Mhm. So he found out the people that they need. He found out the people that related to them, and he got to the right people. And he's literally like, Okenno, I need to close on this. I tied him up with the attorney company that I found networking. I remember exactly how it is, but I put him with my attorney closing company / attorney. And then once I closed him with there, I got my buyer and I locked him in. I swapped the property with him, showed him the stuff, showed him what is can be done. He went on to make way more money than us, but everybody was happy. I made 25,000. My partner made 25,000, and it was a win-win.
Okay, so he had the deal under contract from the next of kin.
He had a deal on contract for like.
Was that under contract for?
He had it under contract for 150 thereabout. It was 150.
Okay.
This is 2020 I'm talking about.
Yeah. So okay. So once you have it under contract, then we
sold it for 200 to the investor, to the new investor.
Tell other people you have this house, you can sell them, even if you haven't closed on it yet.
Excuse me?
So once you have a property under contract, you market it and tell other people that you can sell them this house.
Yep.
And because if you haven't closed on it yet, you can still market it and tell them. So that's why you stepped in, because you knew this guy from a meetup that was trying to buy rental properties, right? Correct. So you guys sold it for $50,000 more to that guy.
Yeah, because because we got under contract. Just to say, I want to tell your listeners, never share your stuff unless you have it under contract. Never, ever, ever. I don't care if it's your brother, your mother. I don't care who it is. People are really grimy out here. So the first
say, I can sell you this house if you don't own it or if you don't have it under contract.
You got to have it under contract, and the contract makes you have equitable interest in the deal. So you got to have it under contract before you can promote it.
I'm with you. That's good. Yeah. Okay. So great. And he was trying to find a buyer, and you're like, well, I know this guy. So did you put it under contract with him, or did you have like some type of contract with him that said you would get half of the assignment fee?
So what it was, we both had the deal under contract. I remember it now. So he found the deal.
Your name was on the contract?
Yes, he put it on it. So we both was on it. So it was quick and easy.
We both knew about the deal, but he didn't have it under contract yet. He told you about it, and you're like, I'll help you. Let's just both put our names as the buyer.
Because what happened was, remember, we had to go through probate. So as soon as the probate was wrapping up and it was time to get everything, he put his name and my name on it. That's how I secured my interest.
Gotcha. Yeah. So basically, it would take the next of kin some time in order to prove that they were the one who could sell the house.
Correct. You got to go through the court procedure. You got to go to the legal thing, and it was like 6 months.
The sellers have to.
Yeah, the sellers. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, your video just cut out. There you go. Okay.
No, we're good.
Yeah. So, okay, this is amazing. I love this. So then you sold it to this guy. Where did you get the contract to be able to assign your right to buy the property to this other guy?
Okay, so where do we get the contract to do the right to it? I don't remember where we'll get the exact contract to.
You could sign that contract, and then, it's like a one-page thing that says, hey, this purchase agreement, we're going to assign it to this other guy.
No, it's even better than that, David. I forgot to tell you this part, because I got to tell you this deal is 2020, because I've done other deals, but this is my first wholesale deal. We actually double closed on him on this one, and he paid everything. So what happened is, this guy, even though we double
close.
Yeah, so we have one contract, and we closed on these people in the morning, then we closed on him right back after. So it's a back-to-back closing.
So that's a little bit different than an assignment contract, but it's still wholesaling.
It's still wholesaling, yeah. That's what we did.
Price that you made from the buyer, right? That way the buyer doesn't know you guys made $50,000 off of him.
Correct. So he bought the house from us. We owned the house for like an hour probably a couple minutes.
Yes. So once you have it under contract, you could actually send it to a title company, and then you could ask them for help to do the double closing.
And that's the thing. They did everything. They did everything for us. So it seemed like an assignment, because we didn't do nothing. We just brought 2 contracts to them, and they took care of it.
Yes. A lot of people, the reason why I wanted to say that is because me included, when I was first starting out, I didn't really know all the details of what would happen next once I get a house under contract. So I just wanted to explain, you send the purchase agreement to the title company and you tell them what you want to do. They'll handle the legal aspects of what needs to happen. You don't have to worry about that.
They're going to be your TC. A lot of people worry about the wrong thing. Yeah. Everybody worry about the wrong thing. Oh, we're going to do this. Stop worrying. Get the contracts. That's what we did. We got the contract. I made sure my name was on that purchasing sale, which I trusted Ishmael, so it wasn't an issue. He's bringing me into his world. But I was on the purchasing sale on the first contract. Then we have a second contract with my buyer that we sold to him. Me and Ishmael was a seller, so I cannot go around him because we are both selling, and the profit split between the middle. So that's how we did it.
Amazing. Man, you're a pretty sharp guy. I wanted to know, because you weren't even born in America, how did you come to this place where you didn't have a lot of knowledge, I'm guessing, right? How old were you when you came to America?
I came here in 2015. I am 29 years old. I'm 29 years old right now. So I think that was 21 or, 21 old. I think so.
21 years old. How did you figure out how to do this so quickly?
So, because I was, before I came to America, I was researching about real estate. And to be honest with you, how I stumbled across real estate, I typed in America. I typed in, when I was in Jamaica, right? I was working for auditing firm. A lot of people don't know this, David. Nobody ever asked. I used to work for auditing firm for KPMG. So I was an auditor on Little Nerd, right? And I was at work, so I should be doing their job. I would type in how to get rich in America. And the number one thing that came up was real estate. So that kicked my curiosity. How to get rich in real estate, Rich Dad Poor Dad came up. I was just Googling. Then I downloaded a PDF. I downloaded a PDF free version. I'm not a reader. I work for KPMG. I do a lot of math. Boom, boom, boom. I'm good with numbers, right? I read the book twice. That's how I know it was meant to be, because I hate reading. And I read the book twice.
That's how you knew it meant to be, because you hate reading.
Correct. And I read the book twice. It just keep my interest. As a matter of fact, I keep a copy of the book on hand. Let me show it to you.
Okay. This book, if I am in a room full of 100 people, 60 people will raise their hands and say they got started using this book. It's such an impactful book. It doesn't give you all the instructions, but it changes your mindset. And there it is.
This gave me the mindset to get going when I was in Jamaica. So I came here, and I keep a copy always on me, because this remind me how I started. And like I said, it's a mindset part of it. So when I came here, I was already curious, and I already built where I wanted to be. I didn't know all the answers, but I didn't want to be like the poor dad.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that you have that book on hand too. It's so powerful to see that right there by your office every single day.
We don't play no games, man. We have all the books here we read. We continue sharpening up,
Right. Hey guys, if you know you want to quit your job in the next 3 months, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast, because we've got some incredible frameworks with step-by-step instruction that you're not going to want to miss. Also, leave us a rating and review to let us know your favorite parts and why you want to get financial freedom. All right. So what were you doing before real estate? Did you ever... Okay, yeah, you were doing auditing at KPMG.
In Jamaica.
Okay. So you never did that job in America?
Never. Well, I came here. They're saying I got to go back to school and all these fancy stuff. So everything I was doing in Jamaica, they didn't recognize it here in America.
Gotcha. Why did you decide to move to America?
I didn't decide. My father took me here. So in Jamaica is way tougher, and I'm appreciative of it. My father took me here, gave me the opportunity. Literally, when I landed in Boston was the first time I seen snow. I've never seen snow. I've never seen. Yeah, it was. And then my stupid ass went to the army right after. I came here in February, and I went to boot camp in September. I literally went straight into the army.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And so why did you want to get rich? You're obviously searching that.
Man, you want to get your situation, your environment, everything's around you. People are locomotive. It's like, I'm from Jamaica, so I don't know. Everywhere have the different challenges, but we had real challenges, in my opinion. So it was just, a hunt for me to try to change, not me, but my family life structure, And I'm a living testament that real estate can possibly do that.
Is there ever enough, or is there a moment in time where you're like, okay, I've got all these basic things. I don't have to worry about what groceries cost. I don't have to worry about the cost of my car or where I live. For you, what is so important, and what's that level you're trying to get to, or did you get to?
So I worked my way from the bottom of just wholesaling my first deal to flipping house to all that other stuff. And now I'm at the level where I passively get around 5,000 every month, to just under. I say 5 because sometimes I have other stuff. I get like 8,000, but by the time I pay everything, I have like 5,000, and that's my rentals, do all of that. So you probably see me moving around. My rental, so I get like 5,000 a month. I think to be very extremely comfortable, 10,000 would be that number for me. Passively.
Passively.
Yeah.
So it comes in even if you don't work that month.
Correct.
Gotcha. So, but to get the rentals, you had to make money. You had to learn and assess deals, right? So that's what wholesaling does for you.
Yeah, I had to grind. I had to put the work in. Just like I tell you, most of my wholesale transaction was for me. So, but I won't get into that. But that's still wholesaling, David.
What's the greatest lesson or biggest surprise that you learned doing these wholesale deals?
You create your own value. You create your own equity. David, I locked up a deal, and this day I own this house. I can give you the address. I locked up this house, and this is a deal that got me over into the 7-figure club. I captured the deal for such a steal. There's no way people not wholesaling. I got the deal under agreement for $157,000 or $152,000. I can look it up. $57,000. It's worth $550,000. That's 300
How
plus.
did you get that under such a great deal?
I was driving for dollars. I was driving for dollars. I was actually coming from a house I just sold. I didn't make much money on it. And I cannot forget, I was not in a good mood that day. I was driving back from a closing in Rhode Island. And I've always passed this house. Always passed this. I'm like, one man say, stop. I stopped. And I searched the number up and called. I didn't get the owner, but the number that I got was for the daughter. Okay, I got in touch with the daughter. The daughter got me in touch with the father, and his ex-wife. 30 plus years, never spoke to each other. I was able to convince the husband and the ex-wife, and they still haven't spoken even when I was in the middle. I was the middle facilitator. The problem is he always wanted to sell, but the ex-wife just never wanted to sell. She was just bitter.
Was either one of them living there, or was this?
None of this. They're in a retirement home. They're both in a retirement home. But
wow.
The husband is in a retirement home. The ex-wife is not.
Okay.
I was able to get through to the ex-wife, and that's how I closed on the deal. I bought the house. I bought a $550,000 house for $157,000.
So it was run down. Was anybody living in it?
No.
It was just,
that's
okay, so
the best part.
People had money. These people had money, but they still had this asset just sitting around out there that they were not doing anything with because they were both in retirement homes.
David, the house was not run down. This is a 3-unit house, and it was not run down.
Well, why did you add it when you were driving for dollars? Because typically you just look
because it wasn't run down in terms of like outside looked bushy and like deplorable. But when you went inside the house, it was nice. It just needed the carpets. Between me and you, I can't do it. My tenant out. My tenant's not watching this. I vacuumed the carpets.
Wait.
I kid you not.
What did you notice about it when you were outside? Like, this is how you found it, right?
Because it has all of the overgrown grass and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it
looked vacant.
It was a vacant motivation house. But when I went inside, it was just a vacant motivation house it seemed like somebody just got up and left.
Gotcha.
Do you understand?
Yes. So they had this asset and they couldn't agree on selling it. So they were fine. They were taken care of. They were in retirement homes, just living out their lives. Mm-hmm. And you found this house. You got in touch with the husband. Mm-hmm. He said he wanted to sell.
No, the daughter. I got in touch with the husband, daughter.
And then she got you in touch with the husband.
Yep.
And then the husband said, I want to sell it, but I need my ex-wife's approval and we don't talk. So you found his ex-wife and talked to her.
I went and I Googled, I skip traced the ex-wife, and she at first she was very like, she didn't want to talk to me. And then I told her, I said her something like, hey, you want to sell this house or you want the bank to take it? I think something like that. That's exactly what it was. I said to her, you want to sell me this house or you want the bank to take it? And she was like, I guess she was in the middle of doing something else, so that made it good for her. It was just timing, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, great job, man. I love that you found her and you got that contact info and you kind of gave her the information that she might not have had at the top of her mind, which is like, if you keep neglecting this, somebody's going to take this house.
Well,
we'll get some money for it.
Well, yeah, they didn't get no money. She was glad that it wasn't going to go affect her credit because they were both on the property. Okay. So she was just like, you know what? It's time. Let's get it over with.
Got it. Amazing. So what would you say real estate's allowed you to do that you weren't able to do before you had real estate?
Man, so I'm going to spill the tea. I should have spilled the tea yet. Real estate allowed me to do so much for helping people. I'm a big giver. I'm always giving. But real estate is about to allow me to do something for the people that have done so much for me, which is my family. And I don't want to talk it yet, but I will post it eventually. It's supposed to happen the end of this month or the middle of the month, but only because of real estate, I'm able to do that. So real estate, thanks to real estate, thanks to everyone that helped me along the journey, I'm able to impact a lot of lives. We went as far as we built water facilities in Jamaica for the kids. Me and some other people I made in real estate. Real estate have done so much here locally and abroad.
Gotcha. Well, I'm so happy that you give back. A lot of times people will say, hey, I'm driving this amazing car. I'm taking all these trips. Personally, I mean, I want to get that stuff done, right? That's actually important to me. But I think you're the first person on the podcast that really talked about how they give back. And that's amazing.
Well, to me, David, it's giving. I get this thrill, man. And I'm being honest. Like, I get this thrill when you give, especially when it's a worthy cause. It just feels so good. The feeling does feel good. You know, like some people like to do stunts. I like to give. That's my stunt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, could I send people to your Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Rehab King. You spell it out for us?
Rehab King. If they type in Rehab King, they'll see me come up. If they're on Facebook, they'll see me come up as well. REHABKING, one word. And you'll see me come up. It's me. I think I have a blue background. You'll see my picture there. And it's Okenno, OKENNO _Rehab King Johnson. I don't know. Let me check. I'm not big on...
That's it. No, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah. So if you guys wanted to reach out to Okenno, find him on Instagram there. And Okenno had a very unique story, not only in the fact that he wants to give back, but in the sense that he wasn't the one who found the deal. If you're looking for your first real estate deal, I want to direct you guys to episode 52 of the podcast, which is just a few episodes earlier. And Michael Pinter had a 6-figure deal that he found, and I think you guys would really like checking out that episode. And if you got any value from this episode, please leave us a review. It helps us make more content to get you to financial freedom. And we will see you on the next episode.
Hold on, David. I'm giving you flowers, man. Hold on, man. You can't stop. David is a giver. David been in the REI space before I met him. I want to thank you, David, for helping so much people and changing so much life. I told you the other day, since Wholesaling Live, I've been seeing your face around. And when I see you in person, I was like, oh yeah, you look like I would look at Gabber. So he's not catfishing. David's a real go-giver, man. Thank you very much, brother, from me and the REI.
Known each other since 2018.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we just saw each other at a conference last week.
I really appreciate your brother. I could not come off here without giving you flowers. You have done so much for the community. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm blushing. Can't do that to me without telling me in advance.
It's from the heart, man. Nothing is scripted. It's from the heart.
Thank you so much. It means so much. And you really gave a lot of information on this episode, which is going to help a lot of people. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.